Welcome to Shaunie's World. These are just my thoughts with a comedic side of humor. But if you're cool with your girl, go fool with your girl. Appreciate you for dropping by.
Disclaimer. If you don't go into an adoption agency and a foster care agency to really change those children's lives for the better, leave them kids alone with your ugly ass. Y'all are doing it for monetary gain, but your mentality is damaging those kids. Those children are in the system because of trauma, and you have adopted them or fostered them and kept them in drama and trauma. Baby, I don't understand how people's perception about being kind and versus being evil is. Like, y'all are hella evil and y'all still on earth. God, do you see them down here? Send them on down to hell. Now let's go ahead. We're going to go down this rabbit hole. I am going to take you to this town called Sissonville, West Virginia. Baby, it don't even sound like it should have people living there. It sounds shaky. Baby, Now, there's a couple that identify as white, aka Anglo-Saxons, okay? We have this couple from Washington State. They were from Washington State, and they moved with them 5 adopted kids to this Sissonville, West Virginia, okay? Now, you have 63-year-old Donald Ray Lantz that has a haircut that looks like Ted Bundy actually was his best friend at the barbershop. And then you have 62-year-old, which is his partner, Jeanne K. Whitefeather, that's definitely giving Peggy Bundy by the hairline. She's definitely looking like she wants to say, ow, ugly ass. Let me get them that. Now, these losers adopted 5 African-American children that aged from 6 to 16 years old. Now, when they moved from Washington State all the way over to West Virginia, they homeschooled these babies. So, to be honest with you, because they kind of moved off the grid a little bit, they were in the middle of no absolutely where. They had a ranch with about 70 acres. So, just imagine if the next country was Canada and that was only 27 miles away, you know they was in the middle of nowhere. So, couldn't nobody really just see what these people are up to, because A, they were new to the area or new enough, and then it was so far apart. When you get to those areas like that, man, the next neighbor is about 2 miles away. But that's besides the point. The point is they adopted those 5 kids and left them in deplorable situations. I mean, giving us a shed with no circulating air, no beds, no type of, oh my God, y'all, I just wanted to just ball up and swing my fist like Trey from Boys in the Hood. I just want to go like this. Ricky! The kids had raggedy clothes on. The children was funky when the funk hit the fans. Anyway, the point is, the 14 and 16-year-old were locked in this shed in those deplorable conditions. Now, you know at the age of 14, 16, they are going through puberty. Baby, they was probably musty. They was probably musty because they weren't even getting to bathe. They weren't eating properly. Again, it was a shed. So weather conditions of a shed goes based off of the environment it is in. Outside. So if it's hot, it's hot. If it's cold, it's cold. Y'all got a tarp on the ground. So they had these children doing all kinds of things in slave-like labor. And then these kids were basically kind of not allowed to go into the main entrance of the home. So everything they did was out here in this scarce environment of survival. I know that puberty had these kids probably, you know, especially if it was a female. We know it come with female puberty. But the fact is that y'all had the 6-year-old, the 11-year-old, the 9-year-old, the 16-year-old, and the 14-year-old. And for me, it's like, where were the wellness checks from the agency? Like, somewhere y'all got to do the checkups. And I mean, surprise checkups at that. Y'all in everybody else's business that want their kids, you tell them don't do that. But then when somebody don't want the kids, clearly you let them do that. Like, come on, man. These folks had made over $300 and I think $71,000 over the time of them having these children. So that's how much they got paid to treat them like slaves. Baby, look. $381,000. Let me pop this allegedly, fan, because I am not their accountant and I didn't see what was going in their checking and saving. But it sounded like y'all was getting paid for raising slaves. We're not in the slavery era. Now, when they asked the fake Peggy Bundy, why did you have those children in that shed? She's talking, well, they liked it. Girl, I wish I would. Girl, I'd wake you up and knock you upside your head with a left hook. Hope when you go to jail, you like it. And they whoop you up and drag you. You look like you can't fight. You look like you just will cry like a Karen. Back to the matter at hand. So there was a neighbor, and I'm not sure where this neighbor resided or what they saw that just didn't look or set right with their spirit. Sometimes if you see something, your spirit's not sitting right, you gonna be like, well, what, didn't they have some kids? Because you know, kids these days always be on their phone. They might be outside. They may be making up a dance. You ugly. why you ugly? Yeah. I mean, kids do stuff that is entertaining for their age group. Even if they're homeschooled, they should still be outside. It's 70 acres of land. Like, they ain't playing kickball or nothing. No hopscotch, no corn. You know how you toast the thing into the hole? What is it? Corn thing? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Somebody put in the comments. At the end of the day, somebody was like, well, I ain't seen them folks at all. So the neighbor basically reported for a wellness check. And when the police arrived, the first place they found two of the children was a 14 and 16-year-old was in that shed. And they said when they opened up that door, baby, them kids didn't have no shoes on. They had open sores. And the smell from not bathing hit them. Was like, pfft. Baby, I can only imagine, because a shed with plywood on the inside with no insulation, they probably was sleeping and sweating, waking up and sweating. The fact that y'all made them do manual labor in exchange for food or in exchange for attention, in exchange for water, it makes me wonder how y'all got away with 5 children. 5. Like, what did you say at the adoption agency to woo the adoption agency? The shed had only a small RV porta potty and no running water. Have y'all ever been to a porta potty? That junk stank. Especially if they don't come and have it flushed out. Oh my God. They were forced to sleep on concrete floors with no blankets, no pillows, or no mattresses. It was just a tarp, y'all, laying on that hard floor. I lay in the bed every night. If I sleep on my side for too many hours, I'm like, my rib cage be hurting. My knees get to locking up. So imagine sleeping on a floor. See, we're not doing enough asking of the questions. Now, these 2 losers are behind bars. Now, although this happened way back when, like in October or something, they're just now going through, the hearing part of things to get what they're going to be sentenced for. But they have charges including human trafficking of a minor child, use of a minor child in forced labor, child neglect, not to mention human rights violations, considering the children were allegedly targeted due to their race. The bond is set so high, I believe it's at $500,000. Well, you know what? They actually just concluded their trial. So now it's bringing light to it because everybody's like, what? The fact is, it don't matter when their hearing is. Why are they still here? How about that? See, sometimes the wrong people still got life in their body. To those kids, the agency has you back. But like I said, to take them from the agency and promising them this lifestyle, this better lifestyle from what they're used to. And you take them from this state to this state. And I don't even want to know what you had them doing in Washington, but you over here in West Virginia and you treating them like third world citizens. You treating them like trash. And then you get 5 black ones, right? And then you basically neglect them on purpose. And you want me to believe that you deserve mercy enough that you will plead not guilty? Baby, I hope when you get to jail that they're waiting on you at the cell like... And I hope it's a group of black people. See, sometimes you got to get mollywopped. You just got to get mollywopped with your ugly ass. You got to get mollywopped. And you got to keep getting mollywopped, because I am a firm believer that most people can't resonate with you until they're going through what you put them through or what they've been through. Because people are so quick to say, nah, I wouldn't feel no kind of way, or I wouldn't know what they feel like. To the agency. Baby, y'all got to do pop-up checkups. Stop just taking these kids off your desk because you're excited that one file is down. If these kids aren't in a better environment than they left, then you got the obligation and job duty to keep them safe. Now, this is another level of trauma that they have to unfold because they just want to be loved. You know what I'm saying? So now when the next family get these kids, they're going to be so on edge because for so many months, they didn't have shoes, clothes, or food. And then you negotiated with them, or you didn't say thank you today, so no peanut butter sandwich for you. And I can only imagine the food wasn't seasoned when they gave it to you. So now they hungry like them kids on the little 10-cent commercial. You're not going to make me feel that this is something that's passive, because it happens all the time. When money switches hands for responsibility, people say, I'm going to do this, and don't. But they take them checks and cash them. And in this down here, your responsibility, your word is trash because you're looking at the monetary value, and these folks need love. They just need love. They just want your time. And you treated them like animals. Baby. Just looking at how they had clothespins hung up. That's how they got their clothes. They had these cameras on these kids. So like anytime they moved, they saw them. It's just like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Then you talking about they deserve this, they deserve that. Why are you pleading not guilty? And what you did is definitely calling colonizers. Baby, look, y'all don't want to give no money to people that really want to take in these kids and give them love. But you'll give them to the wrong spirits every damn time. May you all have bad nightmares until these kids get back on their feet mentally, emotionally, and physically, because it's not fair. It's not. Man, it's not. You know how many people really want kids, can't have them? And you take them and you do that to them? You better be happy them kids that break to your house and slaughter you, murder you while you slept. But again, they couldn't, because as soon as they would have moved, the camera would have came on. Man, I hate what the world has turned into. Greed has made monsters out of some people. But all you can do is take stories like this and hope to hold the agencies accountable so they do their damn job to protect those babies that they put in these housing conditions with people that aren't stable enough to even take care of their own damn self. We got to do pop-up visits. Shout out to the neighbors for the wellness check. Yes, because without you, them kids still would be in that shed sweating without a bed. Do you hear me? Baby, I don't know how y'all be living so long, y'all demonic. But everybody that adopts or, fosters don't have that type of mentality. But if you don't want the responsibility, leave them where they at and let somebody else get them, okay? But I'm just the messenger. It's your girl, Shaunie B. If you're cool with your girl, get on food with your girl. Make sure you check out that website, though. Yes! www.shauniebeentertainment.com. Check out the finger. You got option to drop donations, but there's never any pressure to do either of those two, because I see the likes, the shares, the comments. Means the world to me. So I just want to tell you thank you from my lips to your ears, so you know that it's genuine. You know that it's real. Hop in the comments. Now, I hate the fact their mentality was just that. The motives were negative from the beginning. When we hear stories like this, are we keeping our third eye open for situations that just don't sit right? Or are you just like, well, no, it's not my business? Now, I don't know if I have enough room to adopt or to foster. I don't. But I have a loving heart. So any way that I can be a mentor to somebody, cool. I don't know if I can open up my house 100%, because that's a really big responsibility. I know I got the love to give. I just don't know if I have the ability to do it, because now you have to heal them from within because of all of the years of trauma. So when you come in, they may not know how to receive love because they've been damaged so much. I don't know if I'm ready to open myself up to the unknown, even though I know what I'm going to give is love. And financially, the way things are going, it's expensive out here. I get it, they pay you, but it's still expensive to even maintain your mental state, your physical state, your financial state. So before I bring somebody else in and love them like my own, I got to make sure that I can provide to make them feel loved if they came over. But right now, I know I couldn't. But I have great friends that work in the industry, and they make sure that they check up on those children and go into them homes. And I appreciate that, because it's not about the money. It's just not. And people are treating this like a transaction. And they treating these people like slaves, and they hate them, but they love the money. And we can't have that. So once again, God, you got some work to do. You got to call some of these folks home, but don't call them up there. Drop them on down to hell. And until next time, y'all. Next story. And I'm out this piece.